the Rangers Journal now.
Hi everyone, it's Billy here. I just want to give you my rundown and thoughts on the upcoming match against Celtic at the stadium on Thursday, 3 o'clock kickoff. I don't know if anybody managed to catch the pod we did on Monday, where we went through the club top to bottom, but it was agreed between the four of us that the club isn't in a good place right now. No surprises to anybody watching. And we go in to this game with some bad news today, as we find out that Balogun is unlikely to play, really. He's going to get a last minute fitness test. And also that James Tavernier is out. Now, a few weeks back, I wouldn't have thought that was a big problem. I would have been playing Dujon Sterling at right back ahead of Tavernier anyway, but he has come into a bit of form, so it's particularly bad. And not just because it's bad that we get an injury to our captain, but he's been playing well. It's also that we don't really have a decent central defender to pick from with injuries and whatnot. So we're going to have to go with what looks like proper, maybe even bring in King and play Sterling in there with him. Now, would I be looking to change the tactics? Me, but I'm not a football manager and I'm not Philippe Clement, so who knows what he's going to go with. Midfield, I think we're still okay. I guess Diamande needs to start turning up in the Old Firm games. He's done well in Europe, but I guess in the Old Firm games he's not been particularly noticeable. And up front, I think we really need to play our strongest option from the beginning this time, not wait until half time or into the second half to bring on our strongest team. So, predicted lineup, without even talking about Butland, I don't think he'll get dropped, despite me thinking he probably should for his own, just so that he's not undroppable, but it'll probably be Butland and goals. I would go Jeff Day at left back. I wasn't particularly impressed with advanced performances recently. I think in the middle we're probably going to have Robin Proper and Dujon Sterling, and then I'm going to have to take that back. Not Dujon Sterling, King in the middle at the back, with Dujon Sterling at right back. In the midfield, I'd have Diamande, Raskin, and Hadji. And up front, definitely with Danilo and Egeman. And supporting him, I'll go with Bayrami. He's one of our big players, our more important players. Yeah, he's not been great form. Other option being Czerny, but actually, I'm changing my mind. I think you'll likely start with Czerny in there. Sorry about that. Score prediction wise, well, my heart and head are both think we're heading for a defeat because we're just not really functioning particularly well. The saving grace is at Ibrox. It is going to be a tough crowd if they don't come out flying. So we'll see how that goes. But right, okay, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory to Rangers and a hat trick to Egeman. So we'll see if that happens. Thanks for watching.
Hello, so David here from the Rangers Journal, giving my team lineup predictions for the game against Celtic on Thursday. First of all, happy New Year's Eve to everyone, to all the Journal listeners. So big news is Tavernier's out injured. Balogun may make it. Regardless of your thoughts of Tavernier, it leaves us light at the back with the injuries we have. So I think the team will line up with Butland and nets, Ridvan at left back, Proper, and I'm going to say Sterling at right back, and Balogun will make it. I think we'll go midfield of Raskin and Diamande, with Danilo just in front of them, and then Czerny and Yefty out on the wings, with Egeman up front. It's hard to say what the score will be. I really hope we put in a performance like we did in the cup final, and I'm going to be optimistic, and I think we're going to get a 2-1 win. So, as I say, wherever you're watching the game, have a happy new year, and let's hope 2025 is a lot better than this past year. Thank you.
Hi guys, happy new year to everybody. This is Cammy from the Rangers Journal giving my starting 11 prediction for Thursday's match against Celtic. Reckon we'll go with Jack Butland in goals, not in the greatest of form, but I don't think with all the other problems that we've got, he'll be removed. He will start as captain in the absence of James Tavernier. Dujon Sterling will start at right back, and I believe that Balogun and Proper will be the pairing, although I do have a fear that Balogun won't be anywhere close to being fit and will end up injured after 20 minutes and probably be replaced by Leon King at that point. If there's any risk and he's going to be out for a ridiculous amount of time, I wouldn't be taking the chance, but I think we're in a position where Leon Balogun will probably want to try and play. Left back's very much a coin flip. Jefty or Ridvan, to be honest. I think he'll probably go with Jefty, having given him the opportunity to rest on Sunday. Middle of the park, I'd go a bit more solid. I'd go Barron, Raskin and Diomande. Just think that although we had a system that worked well in the League Cup final, I think it's a different animal, and I think the energy and the tenacity that Barron will bring alongside Raskin, Dio can sort of, so it's almost playing a 6 and 2-8 rather than the conventional situation that we usually go for. I would play Hadji off the left, Igaman through the middle, and Czerny on the left hand, Czerny on the right hand side. I think that's he's one that's guaranteed to start. Got to be a tough game. I hope Rangers turn up and actually compete. If we lose an early goal, I think it'll be a long old game. I'm going to be optimistic and go for a 2-2 draw. All the best, guys.
Hi everyone, it's Ross Graham here from the Rangers Journal, just giving my thoughts on the Old Firm tomorrow at Ibrox. You can probably tell from the sound of my voice I'm not hugely optimistic. I think losing Tavernier might be music to certain people's ears, but leaves us devoid of yet more leadership on the pitch. So yeah, time for someone to step up and try and replace him. I do think, however, we've got a lot of options in the attacking sense. Good to see Matondo back on the pitch and Cortez getting minutes as well, so that's reassuring. We know we've got a bit of firepower there if needed, and if Clement makes the right changes. For me, I would go with Butland, Sterling, Proper and Balogun, if Balogun can make it. If he can't, I would chuck Nsiala in the mix. I know there's a lot of chat about Leon King, but I think any opportunity he's had, he's looked pretty frail. So I'd give Nsiala a go. Jeff Day on the left. I would then go back to Barron and Raskin in midfield. I think Barron's getting a bit of a bad rep at the minute. Not quite sure why, but actually when Barron and Raskin play together in that centre of midfield, they look really strong, tenacious, high energy, which is all the things you need against Celtic. I'd then go with Hadji back in the 10 role if he's available. Obviously, he had a flu there against Motherwell, so was unable to play, but I certainly think he's made a difference in the games that he's been involved in recently. I'd then stick Iggy Pop out left, Hamza Igaman. I think he's really head and shoulders above anything we've got on the pitch at the minute in terms of that bit of quality. So looking for him for a spark tomorrow. No doubt Celtic will get him covered in terms of man marking job, but hopefully he can wriggle out of that and cause some mayhem. I'd go with Danilo up top. Again, looked reasonable since he's been back, but probably needing that little confidence boost from a goal, and what better time to get that. And then I'd go with Czerny out on the right, who again, probably our most creative player and could create something for us if needed, and especially on the break. From a scoreline point of view, I am going to go with 2-1 Rangers. I think new start of the year, new fresh, no expectations, some new players coming in. Potentially we'll see a bit of rotation again. I don't think Celtic looked better than us when we played them. I think that could have gone either way in the cup final, so it's all to play for them with a big Ibrox crowd behind it. Who's to say we can't go and do the business? To all those watching, have a great and peaceful new year, and I will see you in 2025.
Hi everyone, it's Andrew from the Ibrox Channel podcast on the Rangers Journal. It's Hogmanay, it's early afternoon, and I originally recorded my team sheet just a few minutes ago. However, it has just been revealed that James Tavernier is injured. So yeah, let's throw in a little injury crisis for a few players. Why not? It wouldn't be Rangers if it wasn't, would it? So that changes things up a little bit for my team selection now. I pretty much think the team selection isn't going to be too dissimilar to the League Cup final, because that's something that kind of worked, didn't it? Backline now, I thought pretty much had it nailed down. However, obviously James Tavernier sounds like he's out. It sounds like Leon Balogun could make it. I think they might hasten Balogun's return and bring him back a bit sooner for this game, because we are very light on our feet. So I think if that's the case, who goes at right back? That's a difficult one because Balogun has played at right back in an Old Firm before and had played pretty well. However, he's not the youngest anymore, and he's not the kind of at the fittest point, is he? Obviously, he's nursing a little bit of an injury, so if he does play, which I think he will now, maybe centre back might be a better option for him. Put Sterling at right back. So yeah, you could flip him around. If Balogun was fully fit, I'd rather have him at right back in some respects because we've seen him actually play there quite well. However, the most natural right back we have in the team outside of Balogun is actually Sterling. He is a right back. We just don't utilise him as a right back. So maybe we should put him in his proper berth. So it'll be Sterling, Balogun proper, and I think we're going to go Jeffy over Yilmaz. You could have Yilmaz in there at left back and have Jeffy one up. It does give you that option. That's a bit of a 50-50, but I think he'll go Jeffy, to be honest. Midfield 2, just in front of the defence. I think we're going to see Diamandi and Raskin. There is a possibility you could see Barron, but he really has rested Barron up a little bit lately, and I just think Diamandi is the one that can press. Raskin can kind of stay back a little bit and just help out the defence and mop everything up and win possession. So yeah, I think that'll be the one. It'll be one stays, one goes, and Diamandi's very good. Obviously scored in the last game a fantastic goal. Sometimes flatters to deceive, but he does give us a little bit of attacking flair, even if he's not firing on all cylinders at the minute. The three in front, Czerny's nailed on. I can't see anything other than Czerny. I don't think that we'll go for McCausland or, heaven forbid, Kieran Dowell. The interesting one is, obviously, if Hadji is back from his virus. I haven't seen the full press conference yet, but I imagine Hadji will be back. If he is back, I think he'll go in the 10, and I think we'll see Bajrami out on the left because, got to be honest, as much as we've cried out for Bajrami in the 10, he's not been as effective there. Don't get me wrong, he's not really been in form over the past few games. However, he's been pretty decent out on the left, so I think that would be naturally it just feels better that way. Up top, Danilo or Eggman. Eggman scored 2 great goals when he came on at Fir Park. I think it's going to be Eggman. I think you have to go with your strongest lineup. Danilo can offer us a little bit more intelligence up front. However, Eggman's he can create something out of nothing. Danilo can do that to a degree as well. However, I just think Eggman, you got to play him while he's hot, and I think bring Danilo on maybe second half if we need to. But yeah, that's my starting 11. Hope you have a good Hogmanay, and I know it's a little bit of a match that isn't as important, which is mad to say that only the second Old Firm league game of the season and we're already out of it. Hopefully we get a win, hopefully we get something. But have a good new year, and hopefully we get some good luck on this.
Good afternoon. This is my prediction for the Old Firm Derby, New Year's fixture. Second attempt at it, I had recorded, and Clement's just destroyed my prediction in his presser, so here we go again. Looking at goalkeeper, I had Butland down for it, and I still think it will be Butland. I get some people will point to the howlers that he's had the last couple of games, but I just don't see Clement dropping him coming in such a big game from Kelly and from the cold. I think on the right, I did have Tav. We now know he's injured, so I think it pretty much has to be Sterling at that point. The only other genuine right back that we've got is Adam Devine, who's so far out the picture, he's off the canvas. Looking at the middle, I think we will see Balogun and Proper. Clement's said that there's an outside chance Balogun plays, and I think just with the character of the man, he will play through pain, take an injection, whatever is required, so that he's available for this. Then on the left, I think it'll be Yefte starting this one. Looking at the midfield, I think the two holders will be Raskin and Dio. I think we've seen over the last month or so that Barron does still have a lot of development to go. It's not me knocking the boy, I just don't think he's the finished article yet, especially in the way Clement was wanting him to play. So I think we'll see Deal and Raskin in there. And then the forward line for me will consist of Cherney, Danilo, Igman and Hadji. I think Bayrami's gone off the boil a little bit in the last few games, and I'm not going to get into this here, but I think there is reasons for that. He's been played out of position, among other things. So there's reasons behind it, but he hasn't been contributing as he needs to be. So for me, I think Hadji edges it. I guess the only kind of switch up we might see is if he takes one of Danilo and Igman. Obviously, Danilo the most likely out, and puts in Yilmaz, like we saw in the Spurs game. It's an option. Whether he follows it or not, I don't know. I've got a funny feeling he will go with what's perceived as his strongest team, and we'll see both Danilo and Igman. Result-wise, very much up in the air, to be honest. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we actually won this one and then proceeded to drop points against Hibs. It's just the kind of thing we do at the minute. I think ultimately I am going to go for a 1-0 draw for this, and I think Igman will be the scorer. Thanks for listening.